Hi, I'm Ashley Miller, Success Coach for LWC Online at Lindsey Wilson College. Welcome to our new student orientation. We are so excited that you have chosen to take your journey with us at Lindsey Wilson. We're going to go through a lot of key systems that we're going to use, online student services, and I want you to get in, click around, and feel as comfortable as possible so when we start classes on August 20th, you'll be ready to hit the ground running. So we're first going to talk about important dates. And those are important dates for the semester that we're coming up upon. So that's fall 2018. We're also going to look at your My LWC portal and your Lindsey Wilson email. And then we'll talk about our new, the Blackboard features that you will need to become familiar with to get into all of your classes. And then our Engage for Success, our E4S system. We'll also talk about Banner self-service. It's where tax forms and that kind of thing live. You're not going to be able to, you don't need to use it very often, but I want to make sure that you know where it is in case you do. And then we'll talk about books and course materials and our online services specifically for our online students. Let's get started. Important dates for fall. Now we have three types of semesters for our online students. There's full semester, so it runs from the very beginning till the very end. And then we have 2 8-week semesters for the fall and the spring semester. So it's the first half, there's a week break, and then there's the second half. For our fall semester coming up, full semester courses are going to begin on Monday, August the 20th. They'll have a week break at fall break in mid-October, so that's October 15th through the 19th. And then they will conclude on Friday, December 14th. If you are taking a 8-week course that begins the first half, that is going to start on Monday, August the 20th and end on Friday, August the 12th. Now, even if you are, if you're in the full semester course, the S1 course, S2 that we'll talk about here in a second, it is really important that you log in that first day of class. Now, you don't have to begin work right away, but when you log in, you're demonstrating attendance to us, which means that we know that you're able to access your course. If you don't demonstrate attendance that first week, that we're afraid that you're not able to get into your class, things are wrong, we're going to contact you, see what's going on. And so it's just a lot easier if you go ahead and log into that class as quickly as you can, just so we know that you are able to get in and you're ready to start going. For our second half of the semester courses, those are going to begin on Monday, October 22nd, so that's after fall break, and they will conclude on Friday, December the 14th. Now, regardless of what semester we're talking about, so we're talking about fall right now, but this holds true the same for the spring and the summer sessions. The last day to drop or add a class without penalty for all semesters is going to be the first week of class. So class begins on Monday. You have until Friday of that same week to make changes, add classes, drop classes without any sort of penalty. What I mean by any sort of penalty, when you withdraw from a class after this point, but still within the drop window, you will have a W on your transcript where that grade should be. So W just means withdrew. A W does not count against your overall GPA, so that's a great thing. But what it does count against is your overall quality points. For financial aid purposes, you must demonstrate that you're progressing towards a degree. So if you withdraw from a class, then that takes away your quality points. If you have a specific question over quality points, or if you get into an instance where you feel like you might have to drop a course, your advisor will go over all of this with you, but I want to go ahead and mention it. Also, without penalty means that there are no financial implications. If you withdraw from a class after this initial first week of class, you will be held financially accountable for the portion of the class that you were enrolled in, no matter how much work that you completed. So keep that in mind as well. So for our full semester on our S1 classes, the first week of class, you have until Friday, August the 24th to withdraw or add a class. And in our S2 semester, you have until Friday, October the 26th. Now, you still may withdraw from a class after that first week, with penalty. So with that W on your transcript and possibly with some financial implications. But for our full semester course, that's not until after midterm. So you've got quite a long length of time. It's November the 12th. For our first semester classes, it's September 28th. And for our second half, it's November the 30th. As these dates approach, I send out reminders just so that you're aware of these things, just in case it pops up and is a situation that we need to talk with your advisor over. So your My LWC portal and your email. If you're anything like me, I kind of geek out over school supplies. I don't know why. I love them. But so when you're in an online program, you're like, oh, I don't have any school supplies. So this is kind of your virtual version of school supplies. So your My LWC portal is where you are going to access Blackboard. It's where you can get your email information, access financial aid, look at your account balance. You can also stay connected. You'll see the Flickr stream from our PR folks about things that are going on campus, updates about alumni events, that kind of thing. And to get into that system, your user ID will be your first name dot last name, and your password on your initial login attempt will be your 8-digit birthday. So that's a 2-digit month, a 2-digit day, and a 4-digit year. After your initial login attempt, the system will prompt you to change your password to something of your choosing. When you change this password, you are also changing the password to your email. So I'll talk about your email in a second, but your email, regardless if you log in through your My LWC or you go straight to Gmail to log in, your password is going to be the same as your My LWC. If you ever change your My LWC password, remember you just changed it for your email address too. So your email is your first name dot last name at lindsay.edu, and your password is the same as your My LWC. Now, something unique about Lindsay Wilson is once you graduate, we don't take your email address away from you. This is yours for life. So you're always connected to Lindsay for professional purposes such as career services. You get latest information about job postings. You get information about alumni outings. You're always going to be connected to Lindsay through this email address. Once you get into your Lindsay email, it's going to have several welcome emails to the system. So if you're not familiar with Gmail, it'll introduce you to their system. But I want you to get into a habit of checking your Lindsay email and checking it often. Not only will your professors be communicating with you through your Lindsay email, but all of our offices on campus will as well. So if financial aid has a question for you, if there's an update through career services, if our alumni office wants to reach out before you graduate, they're all going to communicate with you through your Lindsay email. So it's really important that you check it and you check it often, even on days that you're not completing classwork. If you have any trouble logging in, there are several kind of troubleshooting things on our computer services part of lindsay.edu, but there's also their contact information. I'll show you this again when we talk about Blackboard, but our computer services team will be happy to reset your password or help walk you in, make sure that your operating system is up to date. So Blackboard. Blackboard is where you're actually going to take your classes. So when you log into your My LWC, in the top right-hand corner, you'll see a drop-down menu. When you click on the drop-down menu, you're going to go to Blackboard. When you get into Blackboard, it will show you the current classes that you are registered for. There's also going to be a class that all of you, no matter what your major is, are going to be registered for, and it's called LWC Online Resources and Announcements. That is a course that there's no grade attached to. You'll be enrolled in for the entire time you're with Lindsay, and it's a course where I will put all of this information in there. So there is some more information about orientation. I update things with career fairs, with any alumni outings that you're eligible for already. I'll put book information about registration for the coming semester, tips and tricks on time management. There's just all kinds of stuff in there. So feel free to go in and click around. There's also the courses that you are currently registered for that semester. If a course says unavailable or has any sort of parentheses with black italicized letter, don't freak out. Some professors won't open your class until the actual day it begins. So some won't let you go in ahead and look around. But if it's open and available for you, go in, click around. You will not hurt Blackboard. I tell my mother-in-law all the time when she asks about new systems, she's afraid she's going to hurt something. You will not hurt anything to go in there and click around. You're not going to disable anything, limit your access. So become comfortable with this system. You're going to live in it for quite a long time while you're with us. So this is an example of what a course will look like when you get in. All of the navigational pieces are going to be along the left-hand side of the page, and the content will be in the center. Regardless of what class it is, regardless of what subject area it is, a couple of things will be the same. You will always have a syllabus, you will always have your instructor's information, and you will always have a welcome to the course. So your syllabus will contain all the policies and procedures of Lindsey Wilson, as well as key due dates, signature assignments, and course objectives. You will also have information about your instructor's contact. Please take a moment to take that contact information and to copy it down somewhere else outside of your computer, so that if you don't have internet access, you're still able to contact that professor and tell them if something is going on that they need to be aware of. When you drop down into Blackboard, you'll also notice on that left-hand side, that's where you will access your weekly assignments. That's where you are going to submit your assignments. Some professors will open the entire course and let you navigate through the entire thing, and some will just open it week by week, just to give you small snippets of things that they want you to accomplish that week. Regardless of the way that they choose to set it up, it'll always be on that left-hand side of the page. My tips for each one of your courses as soon as they start, no matter the semester, is to read that syllabus and read it carefully, understand the expectations for that particular instructor, and if you have questions, you have lots and lots of time to ask them. Also, to click each link. Understand what they've loaded into that link, where things are, get really familiar with it, because you're going to need to access those things throughout your time in that course. And to copy that professor contact information down somewhere physical other than your computer. At the very bottom of the left-hand side of that navigational page in your course, you will see your grades. That's going to go directly to the grade book. So when you click on My Grades, you're going to be able to see the grade that they have assigned for each one of the assignments that you've submitted. And if you click on the grade, if a professor has given you any feedback for that assignment, it will be right there too. Always look and see if there's feedback, because you never know when you might have lost a point or two that was so silly that you could improve on for the next assignment. You'll also see some technology requirements. If there is any sort of special software that they have asked that you have access to, then the instructions for that software will be on that navigational side too. There's also some quick help facts from the folks at Blackboard. But it's important to remember that all of these materials will vary by instructor. So again, get in, click around, you're not going to hurt anything, and become familiar with your course. My tips for success with Blackboard and with your courses, write down all of your due dates for the semester at the beginning and plan time for life to happen. So if your professor opens up class on Mondays and they say that class is available all the way until Sunday, do not wait until Sunday to do all of your classwork. You will get burnout very, very quickly that way. You need to give yourself at least 2 days a week to do nothing schoolwork-wise, except for check that Lindsay email. And you need to give yourself a good homework day each week that is not the last day that things are due. When you do that, you're setting yourself up for failure, because life happens. You never know when one of your kids are going to get sick, or your boss is going to need you to stay late at work, and things happen. So give yourself time so that we have plenty of successful semesters ahead of you. Read your assignments that are due at the beginning of each week, so you have plenty of time to ask your instructor any questions or follow-up questions about them. And read those technology requirements carefully and ask us if you need help. The Computer Center is available, as well as Dr. Dennis Robinson, who is our Director of Learning and Design and Delivery, which he deals primarily with Blackboard and all of the support technology that we use with Blackboard. and his email address is down here at the bottom of the screen. He's very responsive even on weekends, so please let us know how we can help. Let's talk about our Engage for Success system. I'm really excited about this system because it was built by Lindsay Wilson for Lindsay Wilson. So our amazing folks in our computer center built this system just for us, just for you. So what it does is it helps us in your success network keep track of your progress and to plug you in with resources that are available to you as an online student to help you progress through your program. So what do I mean by that? Well, first, it is in your My LWC portal. So when you go into your menu, click down, you'll go to Engage for Success. And when one of us in your success network sees something either attendance-wise, behavioral-wise, or academic that we need to bring your notice to, we will issue a concern through the system and it will come directly to your Lindsay email. So for example, in this particular example, your email will come through and it will say what class that we're concerned about and why we're concerned. So this student has missed several assignments. We want to make sure that they are aware that there are some extra credit opportunities, and we also give some recommendations for how to be successful with this particular concern. So I've asked the student to meet with their advisor or go to the Academic Success Center, which is also code for our tutoring center. Those items in that email are ways that we want to see you succeed. It's really important to remember that you're a student at Lindsay, and we're really excited about that, but we're actually more excited for you to become an alum of our college. We want to see successful professionals, and we want to see you in the workforce doing the work that you love, and we want to help prepare you for that. So you're only with us as a student for a short while. You're in your career for the rest of your life, and that's what we're most excited about, and we want to help get you there. So when we send out these concerns, it's because we want to help get you to that career goal. The concern will be emailed to you, like I mentioned, and it'll outline the issue and give you solutions. And you can reply directly to that email, to that person that issued it through that email. Now, something that will also be sent out to you are kudos. Kudos make me really happy. As soon as I say it, it puts a smile on my face. Kudos are celebrations. We want to celebrate with you because you improved on an assignment, because you're doing a really great job, or we just want to celebrate a particular accomplishment with you. We'll issue that through our system too, so everyone in your success network can also wish you well. Those are also sent directly to your email, and you can reply to the sender of that as well. It's not necessarily as important that you reply to your sender on your kudos, but you've got to reply to us on those concerns. So our E4S system, a concern is issued when someone in your network is concerned about behavior, academic performance, or attendance. A kudos is issued for a lot of different reasons. Sometimes we just want to let you know that we're thinking about you. Online programs sometimes can be a little lonely, and we want to make sure that you remember that there's a whole network of real people with a real school in a real city that want to encourage you to do well. Both of those are emailed to you. You only need to respond to a concern. You don't need to respond to a kudos. So banner self-service is something that you won't use very often. It's in that drop-down menu in your My LWC, but it will hold a couple of really key items for you. Information about your awards, your financial aid package, your information about tax forms. So when it comes time to file taxes, it will have the ability to print off the form that says that you're a student with us. Then you can also update your address, your email, your marital status. You can update your network of professionals at home. All of that stuff is going to be housed in your banner self-service, and you can access that through your My LWC. Again, it's not something you'll do very often, but you won't break the system if you go in and click around, see where everything is, become familiar with it, because it is something that you will need a couple of times while you're in school with us. Now, if you geek out about school supplies like me again, here's the information about your books. This is what we probably get the most questions about, is how to access book information. Every semester, your book information is going to be on lindsay.edu/bookstore. Do not wait. Do not wait. Do not wait until the first day of class to order your books. I don't know how many emails I usually get that first week of class saying, oh, I just got my book information and it's not going to ship until Sunday. I won't be able to do my first assignments. Don't let that be you. Go ahead and get your books and be ready for school to start so you can hit the ground running. At the bottom of the page on that lindsay.edu/bookstore, it will have the semester that you are looking for. So click on that semester and it'll have a complete list of all the classes that we offer. Match that up to your schedule and you'll find your book information. There will be a key piece of information and it's called ISBN. That is the specific number that a publisher has assigned to that book in that edition that you will need to order your books from a different source. So if you are not ordering your books through our bookstore, you will need that ISBN number to look up the proper book. Double check and triple check to make sure that it's the right edition, the right author, the right name, the right ISBN, all of that information before you place those orders. But get your information, get your books before class starts. So I also want to bring your attention to several campus resources that we have available specifically for you as an online student. We just have you access them in a little different ways. So I mentioned briefly our Academic Success Center, which is also code for our Tutoring Center. It is available to you completely online, completely for free, as many times as you want throughout your time with Lindsay. So you will meet with your tutor just like this. You will be able to see them, to talk to them. They can write on the computer screen information, so you can work through a concept. They can explain a different chapter to you. You can bounce ideas off of one another about papers. Maybe you want some suggestions on different places to research things. The tutors for all of our courses have had to have taken that class before and achieved an A to be a tutor, and we actually also like them to have had that specific instructor that you have had before too, so they know the instructor's expectations as well. You can use this as many times as you want. They will work around your schedule to make sure that there's a time and a date that works for you. And again, it's free. So use this. And if you are not a math person, but you are having to take a math course, don't worry. There's help. I'm not a math person either. So we have a specific math center for tutoring for math courses. They are so interactive that they are able to write out problems on the screen, record the session, and you can play it back for yourself later. Math classes online are not what they used to be. They are incredibly interactive. So if you have a little anxiety about that, if you're having to take a math course, you'll be incredibly amazed at what math courses are like online now. And please make sure that you are taking advantage of our tutoring services for that. Again, they'll work through your schedule. You'll schedule an appointment and you'll meet via webcam so you can talk to one another and look at one another just like you're sitting in a classroom. And again, I mentioned our career services office is available to you totally for free for the rest of your life. Congratulations. And one of the ways that you can access the information from career services is through our Lindsay Wilson College app. So in the App Store, if you are looking for it, you'll just look for that little chapel icon. And when you download our Lindsay Wilson College app, the jobs tile is really what you're going to be interested in the most. Our career services team will upload positions in there that they have become aware of, but they will also put information on here on the news feed about any career fairs that are coming up, not just on main campus, but any virtual career fairs. There's one that's in Lexington, Kentucky every year. It's a giant career fair with national recruiters for all different types of positions. You'll be able to go to that. And they will also be available for resume review, for cover letter review. They will do mock interviews with you. And this isn't just something that's available to you when you're a student, it's for life. So if you do have a career change in a couple of years after you graduate from us, you continue on with your education and you want to update your resume to to add in your master's degree perhaps, Career Services is right there for you. We also have available our library. Some of your courses will require you to do some research, and that will be done through our off-campus login. So you see that I've highlighted it there in red. When you go to lindsay.edu/library, you will click on that off-campus login, and it will have you update your login information for our My LWC. So your My LWC information will go with this too. If it's asking you to pay for something, head back, log in again, because it will always be free. Any database that we subscribe to will always be free for you as an off-campus user. But something that I'm also excited about is if you are someone who just likes to physically go to libraries, we are a member of the Federation of Kentucky Academic Libraries. So if you're anywhere near Murray State University, Morehead State, University of Kentucky, University of Louisville, any one of the community college systems, you are able to go into their library and use their resources all for free being a Lindsay Wilson student. You may have to provide proof of enrollment, but that can usually be done through printing off your schedule, and then you'll have access to their libraries as well. If you are not in the state of Kentucky, many other schools and universities throughout the entire country will also honor the same thing if you are enrolled in a college. So you'll just have to provide proof of enrollment. If you have any questions about how to do that for someone in your area, for a college in your area, let me know. I'm happy to walk you through that process and get you access to that library. If you're like me as well and you have children, I have small children, and our public library in my town has fantastic reading hours where I can go and sit on a computer and work for an hour, and my son can be over with the reading group and he's doing something great. I'm getting things done, and it's free. You might want to check out and see if you have something in like that in your area that could help you out if you have some childcare issues sometimes to be able to get your work done. Here are my final tips for success I have for you. Check that Lindsay email and check it often. Remember, it's not just your instructors that are communicating with you. It's anyone on our entire campus that's communicating with you that way. Make that weekly schedule. Write down those due dates. Stick to it. Plan for your life to happen. And if you have questions or you need me to help you make a time management schedule for your courses, please let me know. My contact information is at the bottom there. But the most important thing that I want you to take away is to ask us for help and encouragement. You know, sometimes when you're doing well in a course, it's still hard and you still don't want to feel like you're alone. And there are so many people in your success network that are at Lindsay that even if you're doing well, we still want to encourage you to do even more or to just keep on going because sometimes it's just really hard. And we want to encourage you along the way. So please let us know when you need those kinds of things. The big bottom line is just communicate with us. We're really timely in our communication with you, so we ask that you do the same with us. We are so excited to have you take this journey with us. Please let me know if you have any questions. Remember to take the quiz at the end to demonstrate comprehension, and we will see you on the first day of class this fall. Thanks so much, everyone.